Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 7th to the 13th of July 2014. We have a slow building and very interesting week coming up as we head towards the Capricorn full moon, and that will be Friday night into Saturday. So the full moon is always opposite the sun, reflecting the full sun's light back to Earth. And as such, we are caught across that axis, so we can't ignore the sun in Cancer as well as the full moon in Capricorn. So that's the axis we're dealing with, and if you look in your chart to see where that falls, you may be able to get some idea of which areas of your life and which other planets are involved. So that's how we can actually start to tune in with the lunar cycles. So Capricorn is the slow and sturdy mountain goat. Capricorn is the old earth sign, the winter mountain, and it's the sun's ascent from its rebirth at the winter solstice up to the summer solstice. That's what the mountain is. It's the sun climbing up to its height. So Capricorn in its essence has this long range, persistent, endurant feeling around it. So just as the sun is moving through the middle of Cancer, which is more like the emotional ocean and the sonics and the birth and the cosmic emotional elements, we've got that solid core strength winter mountain feel coming in. So this is going to be a perfect time for us to center and to really get to the core issue, because our emotional selves can build up quite a complicated story and get tossed and turned on the waves. But Capricorn knows to keep the vision, to keep the sights on the highest spot, and to keep going and to actually have that persistence and that purpose and to know your own potential. So core strength will be the issue of the full moon, and strong roots as well. We can only reach as high as the foundations are strong underneath us. So Capricorn is like a large axis mundi tree. It's like the roots going into the earth and the branches reaching into the sky, as well as being that mountain with its firm base and its highest peak. So there'll be a sense of recentering and realigning to purpose as we come into Friday and Saturday, but that may give us a sense of strength and direction. Otherwise, the Cancerian energies, like I say, you can kind of go round and round. You can get caught in a spin cycle of a washing machine or a whirlpool, or just the roller coaster of life and its emotions. But talking of that, there's something coming up next week which is even bigger, which is Jupiter preparing to leave Cancer and go into the sign of Leo. So Jupiter went into Cancer last summer and has spent a year there, and wherever Jupiter touches, it clears out, because Jupiter's electromagnetic field actually sweeps some of the asteroids from the asteroid belt away into space, the ones that could be heading to Earth. It's got this sweeping and clearing energy and protective energy about it. But it's also very, very large, second to the sun in our solar system, so it has this expansive and sovereign nature. So wherever Jupiter goes, it tends to clear away and make room for us to expand into in our empowered new selves. So what this means is that during the last year, we've had the chance to really become masters and sovereign of our emotions, because it's been in Cancer, to see where that programming needs to be cleared away, all the petty thinking, all the stories that have been built up, or all the taking things personally or feeling sorry for ourselves. It's clearing away and rinsing out all the retention, because water holds emotional frequency, which is fine, but what if it served its purpose? So on the week before Jupiter moves into Leo, which will be a very different climatical change, it's the week to wrap that up, to look back over the last year, to see where you've actually learnt about your emotions and where you need to be the master, rather than tossed around on a choppy sea, or drowning in the intensity and the drama of things, but going nowhere, just repeating cycles over and over again. So as Jupiter prepares to leave Cancer, we need to look back and say, I'm sovereign to my heart and my emotions, and cleansed. I've cleared away the debris, and I now have an open range to expand into masterfully, so that when we go into Leo next week, we can start to feel that radiating warmth and all the energy that Leo brings. So it's a yearly cycle. It's very important. We won't get this again for another 12 years. And coming at the time just after the full moon in Capricorn, we can see that those two can work really well together for that self-knowing, that long game, and that inner strength, so that when we move out of this cycle and into Leo, we're actually radiating our energy into something that is of our true light and not of drama and fantasy and egotism. So we're preparing for that Leo by wrapping up everything that's happened in Cancer, just as the full moon in Capricorn comes to show us the core motivation and values that this cycle has had for us as well. So enjoy. This is a very slow, powerful and sustaining energy that's coming through at the end of the week. So just take your time every day, consider all of that emotional cycle that we've been on, the journey that you've been on yourself, what you've learnt and what you're going to take forwards, so that when we get to next week we can step into the light of Leo. That's it for this week, and I'll see you next week.